Rockeyez would like to welcome Dawn of Ashes, Kristof. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
Good, just a bit hectic on my end, but everything's going well.
Cool. You have a new release coming out, Anathema. Can you tell me anything about that?
It was actually released last Tuesday, I believe, on Metropolis Records. Yeah, it's an album I've been working on for about 2 years, I would say. I guess when I officially started Dawn of Ashes, we were more of a sort of dark industrial, more electronic sort of group, and then we sort of evolved into more of a rock and metal sort of vibe. So basically this album is a combination of everything that I did in the past and what I'm currently doing. So the name Anathema means an individual or individuals who has been detested or has been judged for being different. So I kind of took the terminology behind that to describe myself and the DOA fan base. Basically how majority of my fan base are kids who feel like they're not really accepted in normal society. So I would say this album kind of honored my fan base, and there's a lot of topics that were very personal for myself, so which I feel like fans could relate to. So overall, this album was something that I just dug really deeply into my head.
Cool. Now, the band started in 2001, and you guys really, made a lot of changes, stage wear, image, everything else. Yeah. Are you happy the way everything progressed?
Yeah, I think with each individual album, I think for myself, I mean, I'm basically the main person in the group, so I write all the music. So I think that from the beginning to now, I feel like our sound and imagery has, I guess, matured. So, lately I'm pleased with how everything's going. The new album's doing well, and I just think over the years it's just going to progress more and mature more. So, yeah.
Cool. Can you tell me some of your influences? And do you feel, Alice Cooper was, the highest ranking ultimate horror rock show, really who started it all, unless maybe Bowie?
Musically or?
Musically.
I'm very,
stage show.
Yeah, I'm very inspired by cult horror films as well, which that's been a big inspiration as far as imagery goes. Musically, I mean, I'm very into traditional Norwegian black metal, symphonic black metal. I would say, I mean, there's various artists, but I guess if you're going to dig down to like classic sort of music,
right.
Yeah, I would say, Alice Cooper. Definitely, I wouldn't say they're classic. I mean, they're sort of, but I would say like Nine Inch Nails.
Right.
9 Inch Nails would be a big influence. But I mean, when I first decided to become a musician, I mean, I was inspired by Pantera, Sepultura, Fear Factory, stuff like that. And I mean, another one of my influences, two influences are Guns N' Roses and The Doors. So, I mean,
yeah.
That sound, their sound doesn't really show within Dawn of Ashes, but they were definitely two artists that kind of inspired me to become a musician.
Cool. Now, reading reviews of your past releases and stuff, Genocide Chapter seemed like it got the most, or the best reviews. Do you feel that was your, your best album so far, or do you have anything to say?
To be honest, I think the Crypt Injection was the one that had the best reviews, and I think
Right.
Fans appreciated that album more, and I think our older fans were confused once Genocide Chapters came out, because it was just a humongous switch, which was, I would say it was my fault. I think we should have just kind of slowly built up into the whole metal style. So for me, I really wasn't amazed by Genocide Chapters. I think it was a decent album for a metal album,
Right.
But I feel like the new album is really what should have came out in 2010, it came out in 2010. So basically, that's what I was doing with Anathema. So all the fans that were confused with the huge change, I feel like I just showed them. I mean, because I started throwing in the whole shock rock element with Hollywood Meaning Gehenna. So with Anathema, I feel like it was just kind of dumping it all into one pot.
Right.
Which a lot of what I've been hearing with reviews and fans, they're like, they don't even know how to like define the new album, because it's like so many different genres. And now for me, I really don't even care what people classify Dawn of Ashes. I think, it's like, I think whoever likes Dawn of Ashes likes Dawn of Ashes. I don't really need someone to say,
Right. Cool.
they're this. I mean, I just make dark music. So.
Wow. What do you feel about the music industry now? You really don't need a record label to put out music or to be popular or whatever. What's your feelings?
I've been asked that a lot, because I've kind of, on Facebook, went on a sort of rant about that. I honestly feel like the music industry is going downhill, and hopefully it'll be revived, but, I'm not young, so I see, younger kids who are thrown into this era where things are just different. Labels really don't treat bands the way they should. I just think everything in general is losing their creativity. Films, like, I'm a huge, horror fan, and I feel like horror movies are kind of losing creativity. I mean, there's too many remakes. There's no originality in anything anymore. I don't know, and I see a lot of screamo bands claiming they're shock rock, and they have, they go out and buy all this makeup and learn how to do makeup, and they think they're all shock rock, and their sound sounds nothing like what their image portrays.
Right.
So I just think everything is a bit, I don't know, confused lately, and I'm just hoping. And then the whole like dubstep thing that just came out of nowhere. I would like to see like true rock music or metal having more exposure than it is. I mean, you go back to the 90s and you had like Manson and Smashing Pumpkins and all that being played everywhere, and you just don't hear that anymore. And I think it's sad for rock and metal. For hip hop and I guess EDM, it's good for them, but not for bands like us.
Right. Do you feel image is a major part for this band?
Yeah, I think imagery kind of, people, when they see us, it's like it's a good way for people to get attracted to us, and I just think imagery is a very important part about a band to represent a certain sound. And you even go, like I said, Guns N' Roses. I mean,
right.
They have an image too, which it fits their sound of music. So that's what I was trying to say. There's certain bands where they just have this image, and then you listen to music and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? So for us, or myself, it's always been important, and I think the imagery represents our music.
Cool. Now, do you feel there really is a Satan and really is a Christ?
No, I do not believe in that. I believe in a metaphorical God, which basically is a God within, which is basically your confidence, your demons, or anything that will basically guide you to overcome certain situations in your life, and it's your inner anger and hatred. So yeah, I mean, I'm very into like occult knowledge and stuff like that, but I don't believe in an organized religious Satan or God or whatever. So I mean, the stories are pretty cool, I guess, but I mean, it's just all a bunch of bullshit.
Right. So actually, did you ever read Anton LaVey's Satanic Bible, and have you read
Of course I have.
the Christian Bible?
Read both, and I study a lot on religion, and I don't really believe in Anton LaVey's his work. I've taken elements from his beliefs and kind of put it in my own, and I portrayed it within my music to my fans about I have this, I call my fan base the Judas breed or Judas forums, because Judas in the Bible was an apostle who basically betrayed Jesus Christ. So I feel like when I use that as a metaphorical term for people who betray humanity. So I definitely use religion and Christianity, Catholics, all that. I use it as a huge form of inspiration, and I definitely study it. So I mean, to be honest, if something's gonna be your enemy, you might as well study it and have knowledge behind it. So you can't just hate something without knowing about it.
Right. Now, go and see a live show for the band. Do you feel that's a good outlet for kids?
I think for any band, it's a good outlet. I mean, it depends. I mean, there's bands that are just completely fucking awful live or boring, and may sound good on CD, but I mean, for a band like us, I mean, our shows are pretty intense. I mean, you look at the look, and you can expect that and 10 times more hatred, more violence, more blood and gore. It's all there. I mean, it's stage show, and energy is extremely crucial when it comes to Dawn of Ashes.
Cool. Do you feel like California really is a main base for like the horror rock and music that you're doing? Because like in New York area where I live, everything's here except maybe that stuff.
I think I mean, I'm in the Hollywood area, so Hollywood's definitely a great place for musicians, and it's definitely a place for inspiration. I mean, I made the Hollywood Made in Gehenna, and that whole song is based on just what I observed in Hollywood. But I've been to New York, and I feel like I guess Hollywood's the place to be if you have a career as a musician. Cool.
Well, I definitely congratulate you on the new release that just was out just recently. Do you have anything else to say about the new album at all?
Well, I was gonna state. I mean, if anybody knows where to pick up the album,
go ahead.
You can go to the Metropolis Records website. The album's also on iTunes, Amazon. They can find us at Facebook. It's facebook.com/Dawn of Ashes official. in any local CD store. And I was also going to mention that we have a new music video coming out for one of the songs that's on the album called Poison Steps of Babel. We filmed it at the haunted Linda Vista Hospital in Los Angeles. So that should be coming out pretty shortly. And then we have a tour with Cyclone 9 from August 26th to October 6th or 7th. So I'm sure fans are looking forward to that.
Cool.
So,
I watched a little bit of the trailer for that video. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the most disturbing thing we've come out with. I mean, we really put a lot of effort, and, you know, we had this Kickstarter with fans putting a good amount of money. So, I mean, we put a huge budget into it. So, and there's a lot of disturbing imagery that, I mean, for the people who are actually in the video, I'm like, I was pretty shocked that that they did some of the stuff that they did. So overall, yeah, just appreciate all the fans picking up the new album and supporting VOA throughout the years.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for this little chat. You know,
No
would you
problem.
like to say anything to the fans in closing?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, thank you for buying the album. You know, hope to see you guys on the road when, I guess, late this summer, fallish time.
Cool. Thanks very much, man.
Right on. Thanks.
Bye-bye.